This is the AM News. Details now. Investigators from the Office of the Special Prosecutor have begun questioning journalists and other persons who witnessed Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wuogon, Lydia Hassan, sharing packs of food to voters who had lined up to vote. A generally calm environment at the Legon police station during the special voting degenerated when the MP and some other persons were seen handing over food in bags to persons who had queued to vote. Kokwa Sante of our political desk reports.
So West Wuogon constituency remained one of the key battlegrounds in the Greater Accra region. The NPP had more than 10,000 votes gap in 2016. That was whittled down to a little over 2,000. And that is why both John Dumelo and Lydia Hassan, the parliamentary candidates for both the NPP and NDC, have been heavily on these grounds this morning, up until now, with the process just about concluding. In fact, just a little over 950 persons are registered as special voters in the Ayawaso West Wuogon constituency. And right from morning up until when polls closed, it was largely peaceful and uneventful until midday today, when the Member of Parliament was in the queue sharing some packs to some persons who were lining up to go and vote. And that is when things started degenerating, with John Dumelo really furious and describing the conduct of the Member of Parliament as simply unacceptable.
Why are you sharing food to people in the queue? Why are you doing that? Why we can't share? We can share. If they want me to share, I also share the same. But let's respect the rules of the Electoral Commission. Don't share anything to the people in the queue who have not voted yet. And you are sharing food and we don't even know what is in the thing, and you are sharing it to the people who have not voted yet. What kind of stupidity is this? Why they think we can't do it? We can do the same and even worse. They shouldn't even try us.
I wasn't here. I don't know if you saw me here. I've been here since I came here before 6 a.m. and I left here a few minutes ago. I don't even know what you're talking about. I am yet to find out from them what happened.
John Dumelo, the NDC parliamentary candidate who's been leading the campaign for the party in this constituency, is really confident that given the work he has done, he can snatch what is considered a safe seat for the New Patriotic Party and turn it into an NDC seat.
I meet people, I mean, this is even off campus, but I meet people who confess to me that they come to me and said, look, John, 2020, I didn't vote for you. But 2024, I'm voting for you because I want change. 2024, I'm voting for you because I've seen how consistent you've been after you lost in Ayawaso West Wuogon. And that's the kind of leadership we need. I'm not going around sharing rice and oil and money to people to vote for me. I mean, I don't do that kind of things. What I do is I give you hope. I let you know that when I become Member of Parliament, things will change.
But the Member of Parliament, Lydia Hassan, believes that the work the NPP have done in the constituency in terms of education, infrastructure, and others will simply hand them this seat.
Except they are happy with the halls that have been renovated for them, the reading rooms that we have supported them, the water that have been provided to them across across campus, and they have assured me that Saturday they will do the needful. They are thanking us.
The University of Ghana campus remains one of the key battlegrounds. In 2020, while the election was going on, students were not on campus. But this time around, students will be on campus. Friday is a holiday. And that is why the political parties are lining up a series of campaign activities on campus to win more votes. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, Ayawaso West Wuogon.
More than 200 individuals representing 20% of registered voters failed to participate in Monday's special voters exercise at Adentan constituency. Despite this, the NDC, NPP and the CPP candidates are in high spirits. They will emerge victorious after the December 7th elections. My colleague Michael Ashali has a wrap of Monday's exercise.
The special voting exercise at the Adentan constituency was peaceful and uneventful. Around 1,200 individuals were expected to exercise their franchise. A little over 77% managed to turn up. Gerald Roberts is the returning officer for the Electoral Commission.
At the end of the poll, we had 937 people turning up. When you look at the number that turned out in percentage terms, we have about 77.95%. Last 4 years, we had about 75%. So I think this is a slight improvement over last year's.
2 individuals were facially recognized after the biometric devices failed to recognize their fingerprints. 1 police officer, again a military officer, were unable to exercise their franchise because their names were not on the register.
The annoying aspect is that the presiding member is telling me that you should have come to confirm. I never heard from the media that after requesting for special vote, you have to come back and confirm.
MPP parliamentary candidate Akosia Meno is hopeful of unseating the NDC MP who currently represents the constituency.
But I believe that they have seen what I've done in the last 2.5 years, even before I became the parliamentary candidate for the constituency. And I know that there are some who can't wait to vote December 7th.
She also accused the NDC of attacking her driver allegedly on Sunday night.
Last night in the constituency, he was accosted by NDC assailants. They hit his head, injured him. He's received stitches. We've reported to the police. We sent a medical report as well.
The NDC has denied these allegations. Member of Parliament for the NDC for the area, Adamu Ramadan, is hopeful of being the first person to be retained here as a Member of Parliament.
I don't believe that anybody has attacked anybody. Any NDC person has attacked her driver. She should go back and find out what it is that maybe the driver has done. This year, I'm very confident that we're breaking that one-term cycle.
CPP candidate Alhaji Alhassan Razak is hopeful of breaking the MPP-NDC duopoly.
I contest 2016, then Adentan people say, no, you are not ready. 2022, I contest for CPP Parliament, they say no. But this 2024, they say, no, this one there is too much. Alhaji, we must give it to you.
With a few days to the December polls, it remains to be seen whether the residents of Adentan constituency will retain the NDC incumbent or continue the one-term incumbency. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
Now let me take you to the Upper West region, where our correspondent Rafiq Salam reports that despite the peaceful nature of the polls, the NDC raised concerns over the number of persons verified by the biometric verification device. He'll tell us more in this report.
Out of 7 persons who filed their names to take part in the special voting in the one municipality of the Upper West region, 827 of them were able to exercise their franchise in the 2 polling centers at the Ayawaso Court. At the close of polls, the electoral materials were packed, sealed, and moved to the armory at the Wa Police Station. Returning officer for the Wa Central Constituency, Dr. Joseph Wolifan, who doubles as the presiding officer for Ayawaso Court A polling station, noted that the high percentage turnout at the election was encouraging, as nothing untoward took place during the voting process.
So at the end of the polls, we recorded 410 people who turned out. And then out of the 410, we only had 2 manual verification. And then the percentage, when we were trying to calculate between the 2, we have about 85% turnout. That is 85.42. And I think it's very encouraging.
Both the NDC and the MPP party agents agreed Hukula and Senka with the presiding officer. The NDC, however, has some concern regarding the number of persons verified by the biometric machine device.
With the number of ballots issued, we had 411. That's ballot papers issued to voters. The verification machine verified 410, meaning there is one difference. One paper issued that is not accounted for. And we have raised it. The EC officials assured us that on the 7th of December, by the close of polls, when we start doing the collation, the box will be opened for auditing. And so I think we are okay with that. We understand the process, and we'll take it up on that day.
His opposite number in the MPP, however, thinks it is much ado about nothing.
If you look at it very well, there's something we say that de minimis non cura lex. This is trivial, considering the number of people who have come out to vote and considering what they are talking about, that one run short. We are human beings, and the machines are not perfect.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam. Wow.
Let's come back to the heart of Accra, because some voters were turned away from the two Kole centers. James Aveji was there and reports.
It's exactly 5 p.m. here at the Kole Special Voting Center, and this is Voting Center A. As you can see at the background, electoral officers as well as security persons and party agents are packing the electoral materials. A total of 1,219 voters were expected to cast their vote, and 1,047 out of that have been able to cast their vote. There were some incidents of people being turned away because they could not find their names in the voter list. Personally, I counted about 9 people, 1 journalist as well as security officers. One of them traveled all the way from Nsawam here to cast her vote, but couldn't find her name on the voter list. I'm curious, how much of your vote do you believe is in that ballot box?
Enough to give me the parliamentary win and enough to give Dr. Bawumia the presidential win.
Our agents have been there observing everything, and hopefully we will have a very smooth running of the 7th December election as well, where ultimately these results will be, these ballot papers will be added on the day so we know what the outcome is.
From the Osu police station here in Accra, my name is James Aveji for Joy News.
Still in Accra, at the Odododiodio constituency, 436 registered voters out of 530 cast their ballots. Collins Frimpong was on that beat and reports.
530 voters were expected to cast their votes at Jamestown polling station in the Odododiodio constituency. At the end of the polls, 436 were able to vote. The election was largely peaceful in the Odododiodio constituency. 3 voters wanted to take part in the special voting, but their names were not found. This is according to the district electoral officer, Emmanuel Ochre. He noted their names were not found in the register because they did not register to take part in the special voting. The parliamentary candidates for the Odododiodio constituency expressed confidence in clinching the parliamentary seat.
This seat doesn't belong to the NDC anymore. I've said it and I'll say it again. Where they themselves, they know they are getting their votes. They know they are not getting votes.
NDC regional chairman Emmanuel Ashi Moore believed the party is going to win the general elections.
So we are satisfied with the process, and I can assure you that whatever vote cast here, NDC will get, both presidential and parliamentary, will get between 54% and 56%.
Reporting for Joy News, Collins Frimpong, Odododiodio constituency.
Now, away from our election headquarters, District Chief Executive of Dafiame Buziesa, Dumelo Sanda, has assured the people of the commitment of the government in bringing healthcare to the doorstep of the people. Speaking at the launch of the network of practice in Kojokperi, he cited several health projects, including the construction of the Agenda 111 project and his upgrading of the Issa Health Center to a status of a polyclinic. Dumelo Sanda made the statement at the launch of network of practice at Kojokperi. Joy News Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafik Salam reports from Kojokperi.
The Ghana Health Service launched a network of practice, NOP, aims to enhance access to quality essential health care in Ghana by 2030. It is to improve coordination and resource sharing among health workers within specific geographical areas, addressing challenges such as referral systems and inadequate provider payment mechanisms. Rooted in the primary healthcare strategy, NOP focuses on comprehensive, patient-centered care for common health conditions. Speaking at this launch at Kojokperi, Dafima Bure is a District Director of Health Services, Genevieve Virpare, underscored the importance of the NOP in the district adding that stakeholders have already been sensitized to take ownership of it.
The network of practice did not seek to change the structures of the health system. It is going to leverage on the existing structures and improve on the quality, effectiveness, and efficiency of our services that we provide.
She praised the Kajupere community for complementing the effort of the government by the construction of the CHIP compound and maternity block.
And in the Kajupere sub-district level, the Kajupere community have built a maternity block at the health center and also built a CHIPS compound that we will use as a hub and to provide services. This is a lot of the work that all the communities around the district, with support from stakeholders, is making effort to improve health service delivery in the district.
Genevieve Pere also spoke of some challenges they are facing in the district.
Despite all these that have been done at the lower level and at the sub-district level, we still have infrastructure challenges. Some of these blocks or maternity buildings have not been completed and have been there for a long time. We also have our laboratory project at the health center level, which is not completed.
Dafima Bure is a district chief executive, Nadi Morosanda, assured the people of helping to fix the challenges. The Honorable spoke of the commitment of the MPP government in bringing healthcare services to the doorstep of the people.
We took over as a government. This district was not having a single medical doctor. We only had a single health center, that is the Fiema Health Center. The other remaining health centers, which were downgraded, were Kajupere Health Center, Fiang Health Center, Isa Health Center, and Buse Health Center. But as we speak, today we have upgraded the then Isa Health Center into a polyclinic. You are all also aware that Agenda 111 is progressing steadily. This is a proof and a testimony that this government is not resting on its oars to make sure that the health of the people of the Fiobuse Isa, and for that matter, the whole Ghana, is taken care of.
Member of Parliament for Dafima Bure Isa, Dr. Sebastian Sandare, urged the people to work to own the project so that it can achieve the intended purpose.
Starting this project or commissioning it, which is the network of practice, will be strengthened. It's for all of us to own it and to support it so that it will be successful. That will trigger, special health care focus to ensure that our people, especially mothers and children and the entire communities, are healthy.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam, Kajiperi.
From Kejekperi, let's get into our business update now with Benjamin Akapo.
Welcome to business. Now, the IMF has passed Ghana on its third program review. It has also approved the disbursement of some $360 million to the country. Here is George Wiafe with more.
Ghana secured the approval after the IMF board met to consider the third program review by the IMF staff this morning in Washington, D.C., USA. The board went ahead to approve the staff report as they were quite satisfied with how Ghana has performed under the fund program, especially when it comes to meeting those key targets for the third review. The board also went ahead to approve the disbursement of some $360 million that should hit Bank of Ghana's account before this Friday. The board was also satisfied about progress made when it comes to the economy and measures being implemented by government to improve revenue. The fund was of the firm belief that the economy is on that path to full recovery. However, there were still some areas the IMF wanted government to pay attention so that the recovery will not be affected going forward. For some, the news could go a long way to signal that government is on track to to firmly stabilize the economy and help strengthen the city's recent recovery, as well as deal with the negative sentiment that recently put some pressure on the local currency.
Now, new airlines coming to Ghana boosting the ground handling services business at the airport. This is according to the managing director of Aviance Ghana, Mark Kamis. According to him, the high taxes faced by the sector are not crippling business. He spoke to Joy Business at a press launch of the 30th anniversary of the company.
The ground handling business in Ghana actually is booming now after COVID, and you can see new airlines coming into Accra and also other airlines trying to join. You see the likes of Virgin Atlantic entering the market next year. So for me and Aviance in particular, we're doing extremely well, and I can only see growth coming into Ghana. Wow, so I think as testament to Aviance, we've been here 30 years. And I think for any institution to last 30 years is a milestone. And for me, I base it around the employees and also the management team, how we execute and how we work with airlines. I'm very confident Aviance will survive any price war, any competitive market. And I would imagine Aviance, as the Ghanaian ground handling company, will be here for another 30 years. I think on the tax question, I couldn't give a good answer on the tax, to be honest with you. Look, that's a regulated charge, so if that's what our charges are, that's what we do. Obviously, we're always lobbying for cheaper taxes and better ways to work.
Well, let's settle for our currency updates up next. Well, that's it for your business updates this morning. Handing over back to Sweetie Abochi.
You want to stay with us, and the conversations begin now. Kojo Poku is energy analyst and Wisdom Dogbe is financial analyst. They're joining us to review the newspapers in the news review segment. It's a wrap for the AM News. Please stay with us.